Guys in a Dream. Of course, I'm your host of the most, Truman and Steam Machine, Steen, as always. I'm joined here by my father, Scott Steen. Scott, how are you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you, Mr. Vegas?
Oh, surviving. I survived. I drank gin and sodas the whole time. Didn't get a free drink of anything else. Legitimately, all my free drinks I ever got were fucking gin and sodas.
Very good. Very good. You see the shirt I'm wearing, buddy?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Goutreau's. Little Goutreau's Vipers. Was it
bring back some good memories, huh?
Effort plus focus equals success, if I remember the back.
That's right.
The back.
That's right.
Focus! Focus!
Effort plus focus equals success. Yes, and that's
we had a dad.
One assistant coach that that's all he screamed. Focus.
All he screamed was focus. Yeah. So
although in fairness, about the 7th graders, yeah, you could fucking stand a little more focus.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Everybody's got ADHD nowadays, anyways. But yeah, absolutely.
That was your first year of tackle football in the 7th grade. You played a league out in Lee Summit. Mm-hmm. Did very well until you broke free on a quarterback sneak.
And the 50-yard quarterback sneak.
You tried to just run out the clock to kill the half. Inexplicably, he breaks through the line. The only time a Steen has ever been carrying a football, running down the field unencumbered. And of course, we all know how it ends. Somebody drags you down from behind. All the years I taught you how to fall, you forgot everything you ever learned. Put your arm out.
Well, they pulled my arm. No, they pulled my arm. They were pulling me by the arm, which is why the arm went down, and then they landed on the arm as it was down.
That is unfortunate, and it ended in a broken arm.
Both bones. Both bones. Yep.
And it ended the 7th grade season. So,
I think
my memory of that is me riding the back of a golf cart and worrying if it was going to just start popping wheelies.
I think
because you were way down. We were way down on the far field.
Mm-hmm.
So they're like, okay, we got to get into the car. Well, I'm going to ride along.
Yep.
Which was stupid because your sister was still there and she had to walk anyway. But when your kid's hurt, you're like, I want to be with my kid. Mm-hmm. So I hop on the back of the golf cart. I'm holding on like a fucking fireman on a pumper truck. And I'm like, I start worrying about weight distribution. Like, I wouldn't be surprised to see this sucker just go front wheels up. But
whoop! Break the other arm. That'd be funny.
What a year, Goutreau's.
I don't know if we ever talked about this. 8th grade year, playing football again. I vividly remember the reffing crew that we had at that game because I remember I was sitting there in 7th grade. I remember I was sitting there with that arm, and I was like, dude, no way. I was like, maybe it's a sprained or something. Because I'd never broken a bone before. I was like, dude, no way. And I remember the ref comes up, and he goes, ooh, that's broken. I was like, oh, like, no. Like,
well, I got to tell you.
I didn't want my football season to be over.
That's the opposite of me. When I broke my arm, I had a coach that used to play he played college ball and maybe semi-pro. Maybe we had to sniff at a training camp one year. I don't know. Big dude, a lineman.
Yeah.
And I've told you the story. I was playing a position. I was playing linebacker, and they were playing a formation where I was out for that play. But the regular guy, his shoe came untied, so I went in to take his spot, and then that's how that's how I broke my arm. Was pursuing down the sideline. Somebody got me from behind, put my arm out like that. And I come off the field, and the coach is like, I just think it's probably just nerve. It's just the nerve damage. So he starts moving it around. He starts here, does that hurt? I'm like, motherfucker! Yeah, that hurts.
Yeah.
Might be broken. I don't know. So yeah,
but
there you go.
8th grade year had the same reffing crew. QB sneak gets called. I bust through the line again. I'm running down the field, and I'm like, what the hell I was like. I start to feel somebody behind me, and I just like rolled. I just went. I was like, no. But literally exact same crew, exact same kind of play. No reason to be busting a 20-yard run on a QB sneak, but here I am again, and I'm like, I cannot catch a break. What the hell is going on? And I just went down that like somebody lightly touched me, and I was like, I'm going down. I'm done.
I do not remember that play, and I thought I saw every play from every game that season.
It was in Grandview, 8th grade year.
I might have got there late for that.
Maybe. I think that might have been the game where I threw like a beautiful touchdown pass to the guy.
50 yards. 50 yards. Yeah, threw it from midfield. I'll never forget that. Threw it from midfield, hit him halfway in the end zone. Boop! Just dropped it.
Yeah,
It was
just
like
right off his chest, or just.
it was like that pass that Gabbert threw the other night.
Oh
When he
yeah.
had it wide open going down the sideline and went right through his fucking arms.
Oh yeah,
Like,
Rasheed Rice. Yeah, I saw that.
oh,
Yeah,
that's not good. And this was even worse than that because he was standing with his back to the end line.
yeah,
He's facing the ball. All he has to do is cradle it. It wasn't looking over his shoulder or anything.
yeah.
I couldn't believe you threw the pass. I think everybody was stunned you threw it that far. I tell people you should be able to throw the ball 60 yards when you're 13 years old. Nobody believes me.
I know. I mean,
But
I was. I mean, I had an incredible arm. I just,
I
and
fucking
then
saw it.
I started popping my shoulders out. Once I
Mhm.
started playing offensive line, sophomore year, I started popping them out, and then I can
Damn
only throw
tragic.
the ball like 30 yards now.
Well, and it only serves it serves you right because I trashed my shoulder playing catch with you.
Right.
As you started being able to throw the ball 30, 40 yards and we're standing 30 yards apart throwing in, that was about the max of my arm. You fucking outarmed me. And
Yeah.
of
Yep.
course there's no dad alive wants to admit that. Even the kid's 13 years old, so I'm gonna go out there and fucking throw the ball. And that trashed my shoulder.
Yeah. All right.
Not her.
All right. Let's stop reminiscing and let's get into it. Scott,
All right, let's do it. Let's do it.
this week I weighed in, and for the first time on this show, I went up in weight actually on my way in. I
Okay.
so this I weighed in last Wednesday morning, and I had a bachelor party last weekend also that I went to. I went to a Vegas bachelor party. We'll talk about that a little bit. We'll talk about the weight loss aspects of that here in a little bit. But I didn't weigh in. I weighed in Friday. I weighed 243.4, and I just had to kind of guess on where I was. And we talked about this. I am normally, and for a Wednesday, this is very common to where I'm at on like a Wednesday. Is I'm like
Yeah,
maybe
I
a
know.
pound heavy.
We talked about it that you weren't gonna
Mhm.
have your 2 days
Right.
to really crank in the ass, and that's exactly so hopefully. So I told you the goal would be for you to weigh the same on this coming weigh-in that you did before you went to Vegas.
Yeah. Yeah.
2 weeks, 2 weeks, 2 weeks hence, basically.
Right.
If you could,
Yeah. We'll see
if
if
you
I
could,
can.
if you could remain at a push, that's a victory right there.
Right. And
Oh, and I'm
I
kind of
will
going through my.
say I do have a benefit of I am back on for my last week at work. I'm moving jobs. We've talked about this on the show. Everybody knows at this point. It's no secret. I am moving jobs, and for my last week at this old job, I get to go back on the stand on the side of the highway for 13 hours a day diet. So
Yeah.
it
No, and
might it might actually end up evening out.
I'm gonna help you out on Saturday too. So
Yeah, and
I'm
I
gonna
get
put.
to move somebody on Sunday too. I didn't know if I told you
Oh,
that.
and no,
Yeah.
you didn't.
I did the same thing
Fantastic.
fucking Memorial Day weekend. I swear I helped somebody move on Saturday and Sunday. No, I helped somebody move on the Saturday morning of Memorial Day weekend, and then I helped move pianos on Monday on Memorial
Jeez.
Day.
Oh
And then
God.
now we're on Labor Day, and I'm helping you move on Saturday. Somebody else move on Sunday.
You know what you
So
need? New friends. That's what you need.
less
See, we're
friends, I guess.
we're just calling in our Albuquerque chit on this one. That's okay. But
That's fair.
I hope the people that you helped move have helped you move at some point.
They did help me move. We did call
Uh,
in we called in all our favors to help move here, which
okay.
sucks because we're gonna have to move again eventually here in a year or two. So we're gonna
Yeah.
have to call in a couple more favors. But we have
Now,
then in
the
turn helped all those people move.
the good news about our move, especially if Patrick brings his truck with the trailer, I'm almost certain we're going to be able to do it in one trip.
Yeah.
It should, because we did the storage, container last weekend.
Yeah.
Rented a truck for that,
Yeah.
and
Well, we're going first floor to first floor, aren't we? Also,
100%,
see,
100%,
that's the
yeah,
benefit to your move versus my move. Is my move both of my moves uh, that I've been a part of as an adult. In Albuquerque, we went up to the third floor
yeah.
and then had to come back down the third floor to then go up to the second floor on the plaza.
I
And then
walked. I was really heavy when I was out there in Albuquerque,
yeah,
and it's like 7,500 feet. I remember walking. I walked up your steps one time. I went, yeah, I'm done. That's it.
dude,
I'm gonna look at this apartment and get a really good look because last time I'm gonna see it.
I don't know if we talked about this. I had a friend from college who was like a year younger than me. I didn't know him super great, but he lived in Albuquerque at the time. And
Yeah.
I was like, dude, we need couches. And so I ordered couches. It was before Emerald had gotten there, and
Uh-huh.
which my roommate for everybody else. But
Yeah.
I ordered I found free couches on Facebook Marketplace. Just come and pick them up. We're like, sweet. So we got those couches, and one couch is a normal couch, remove the cushions, whatever. I also the other one was a reclining sofa,
Yeah.
and so it's
About
got all the metal. Just yeah,
900
and
pounds. Yeah,
a
we had one of those.
nightmare. Yeah, we
We had a
moved up.
double recliner.
Yeah, yeah, that's what this one was. And so we moved up. We moved that up 2 flights of stairs, and that was one of the worst times I've ever had moving something.
3
Moving.
flights of stairs.
We're on the third floor. I don't
Yeah.
know how you count
That's
that.
you
One
count
flight
that.
up, one flight up to the
Well,
second, one flight up to the third. Right, two
okay.
flights.
Yeah, I guess that's yeah, okay, I
Yeah.
guess.
So and like I bought that guy dinner at least once, and I think twice after
Yeah.
that,
I
and then
remember when you did that.
I never talked to him again. Like we just never hung out. I haven't talked to him since. That guy really just helped me move that stuff, and then I just never talked to him again.
Do you still talk to Emerald?
Yeah, yeah. Me and Emerald talk every night. Emerald
How's he
came in.
doing?
Emerald came in town to
Out of
visit parents, and we went and got breakfast with him.
is he out of school?
No, still in school. He started
Still in
school like as I was leaving. He was starting like that fall semester.
well, I just
So
didn't know it'd been a few years. I just wondered where he was at and everything. So,
yeah, I guess it has
all right,
been 2 or 3 years. Yeah, but yeah,
very
okay,
good.
all right. So
Good
yes,
dude.
long
Anyway,
story short, I'm at 245. I gained 1.6
okay,
pounds, so that set me back 2% of my goal. I'm back down to just under 45% of my goal. But I'll tell you what, I am optimistic that I will get caught up this week, and I'm still optimistic that by the time, again, the goal is to be under 240 by the time Tina's parents are in town come September 24th, 23rd, that
okay.
weekend. The goal is to be under 240 by then, and I am fairly confident that I can do that. Especially, I felt like I did some good things in Vegas, but we'll talk about it here in a minute.
Okay.
Scott,
Very, very, very good. Yeah.
you weighed in this week, 292.3,
Yeah, and
0.4.
I also weighed in on Wednesday with you, so I didn't have the
Oh,
or
did
no, I weighed in on Friday as well. Wednesday I was down 1.7 pounds because I eliminated chips.
right.
Uh, Monday and Tuesday, which worked
And
really well. However,
and then
it was your mom's birthday Wednesday night,
it
so
was my mom's birthday.
we went out for dinner. Didn't do badly. I had my regular meatloaf at the Red Door. But your mom has had the hankering for sweet tooth, and we stopped and got crumble cookies.
Oh,
And we got crumble
oh,
appearance. Got to buy
oh.
got to buy got to buy the 4 pack.
Yep.
And she did buy the splitter. She got the splitter where you can cut them into 4 pieces,
Oh, oh
which
yeah.
is actually not a bad thing.
No, I
But they
fucking
sat on the table for 2 or 3 days, and I just would nibble as I went past, and
yeah.
probably ended up eating 2 of the cookies, maybe two and a quarter, something like that. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, made a difference when we weighed in Friday. It killed me. So,
Interesting.
uh,
Okay.
and this is going to be a bad week too because this is moving week.
Yeah.
Um,
So you can't cook as
so
much because everything's been put away. You're eating out a lot more.
all stuff's put away, and it's stressful, and you just
Mm-hmm.
you kind of lose your focus. I got a lot of shit going on at work, so I just know in advance. I've given myself a little room to kind of tread water here, and then get back on it. And I've had a bad knee.
Right.
I've had a sore knee for about a week, about maybe 8 days. Just woke up with it. Just fucking woke up sore,
I
limping.
I had one of those yesterday. I had a left shoulder. I was standing
Yeah,
out there, standing on the side of the highway, just like and just achy pain. I'm like, oh my god, what is happening to my shoulder right now? It's feeling
yeah,
okay now, but I was like, dude, if I was like when I'm getting up, I have to go out to Perry, so I wake up at 6. I have to leave by 6 a.m. so I don't get to work out these mornings, which
right,
I'm so excited to start a new job. Really to get back into a fucking normal routine of
right,
eating well, eating lunches that I want to eat because I have a microwave, and being able to work out in the morning and having a normal schedule where I get to wake up when I want and go to bed at 9 and or 10 and have my autonomy back. I don't have any autonomy, and that really just frustrates me.
yeah.
And so I'm
Well,
really excited to get to that.
if you wanted to work on a fucking road crew, you've got $50,000 in student debt for no apparent goddamn reason.
Right, or whatever. Yeah, right. And I
So,
could have just stayed in Belton, Missouri. I could have never
yeah,
went to
you
college.
could,
Yeah.
you could have been the head of the road crew there too,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
without going to school. So
God, yeah.
yeah, very good, very good. So yeah, it's I lost point two.
Point
I don't know
four.
if we if, or point four rather. I don't know if we
You're
officially said it or not.
yeah. Point
So
four.
I want to talk.
Still point
I mean,
3% of your goal.
it's fine. I want to talk to you about something. I was talking to my buddy.
Sure.
I've got a childhood friend that lives out in California, and
I
he's
guess we're
retired.
not buddies. I guess
What?
I guess we're not buddies, since you separated, you said, well, you were talking to your buddy, but you're just talking to me. It's fine.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's oddly you're oddly offended by that, and
Yeah,
that's
I'm not actually. All right, all right, sorry, all right, all right.
whatever. Anyway,
Wanted to
so
derail.
we grew up together in the old neighborhood, and we still talk to each other occasionally. And he had a heart attack a couple years ago now, probably, and he went from I think about 265 down to about 175. Doing he's doing like the hardcore Mediterranean diet, like super hardcore, like Mediterranean, but like doesn't eat like many oils or doesn't eat much meat. No, only eat brown rice. So he's even taken it a step further. And so I'm talking to him, and he's like, "Well, the problem is you guys you have to get serious about it. I've listened to you guys, and you kind of like you have you do this or that, and you don't, and it's like you're not taking it seriously." I'm like, "Well, okay. For starters, I lost 90 pounds from
Right.
my peak, which
Yeah.
was 3 years ago during the pandemic. So
Right. Well, yeah.
for starters,
A lot
that's
less.
not too shabby. That's not too shabby.
Right.
But secondly, part of the point of this whole show is to show that you can do it while still living a normal life.
Mm-hmm.
Now, he's lucky. He's got a wife that's retired, fucking on the Mediterranean diet with him, cooks all the shit for him, and he's like, "Well, yeah, you should be doing this." Well, fuck off. Send your wife to cook for me.
Get my personal
That'd be
chef
great.
on it. Yeah.
'Cause,
Right.
my wife gets off at 10. My wife gets off at 10 p.m.
Yeah.
So
Right.
I'm not coming home whipping up a 3-course fucking Mediterranean diet. So now I do understand that. And if you have a heart attack, if your doctor says,
You get pretty serious about it pretty quick.
yeah, although, being 60 plus and overweight, even though I haven't had the major wake up call, you'd have to be an idiot to not know the fucking clock is ticking.
What's the old saying about fat guys and old guys? There's
Uh,
a lot
is
of
one of the
old guys, a lot of old guys, a lot of fat guys, not a lot of old fat guys, right?
Yeah,
That's what they say.
it's sort of
That's
true.
an old.
That's sort
That's
of
an old
true.
thing.
So, yeah, I was just kind of curious. Do you think we're not taking this seriously enough, or do you think he's got a point?
I think it is everybody does it differently. And again,
Right.
and I think even me and you, I think people say, well, we do this differently because you are pure diet and you can't, you're not, but I'm almost pure working out with
Right.
also some diet. But it is one of those things that I'm like, dude, I'm thinking about it and I'm like, I am about ready to fully turn it on where I think I think getting to the starting point, I think for this point of losing 40 pounds, I think a lot of people can do where we've gotten
Uh-huh.
where without having to do the whole thing
Right.
of really committing every single day and really being about the gym and all that stuff. I think people can get there doing what we've done and get to, oh, I'm just a little, not to out Owen right now, but Owen has said I guess I'm outing Owen anyways, but Owen said oh, I'd like to lose 10 pounds or whatever. And he's lost, and he's like, I ate pretty healthy last 2 weeks. I lost like 5 pounds. So I'm like, okay, yeah, man. But which is good, but it's one of those things where I
Sure.
think that is for a lot of people is the small changes that lead lasting effects to lose those 20 or 30 pounds. But I think when you're on these long journeys, I think the relaxation version of it can get you so far. But I think I'm like, man, I'd really like to fill out my arms at this point. I'd really like to fill out the rest of my body where I don't, I think I could get to 200 still doing a lot of cardio and stuff, but not not having
Well,
you're
and
gonna
I
end up in a certain body type, right? No matter what,
I've
however
been
you work out.
I've been reading a lot about hit as opposed
Mhm.
to just cardio.
The high intensity
And
training. Yep.
yeah, interval training, right? High
Yeah.
intensity interval training. So
Yes.
I would like to
HIIT.
get to the point where I could do that.
Oh yeah.
It's going to start with cardio for me. I'm gonna have to build up my stamina to be able to think about doing that. But
Yeah.
we're like I said, we're moving probably 40 feet from a walking trail out my front door.
Which is great. Yeah.
So I have zero excuses not to at least start walking, get my legs in shape. And that's the other thing. Regular listeners of the show know that I have a condition in my legs where they swell, lymphedema.
Mhm.
They don't drain well, so I have to squeeze them in. What really helps is walking. I can almost get them looking normal with enough walking, and I've just been unable to do that between the heat, and I usually will walk indoors, just walking back and forth in the house. That's been undoable since we've been moving. So, and then then I wrench my knee or whatever. So anyway, I'm ready for a fresh start. I'm with you, bud. I'm ready to kick it in the ass. Have
We're
some 3 4 pound weeks here.
I think we're
So
both
I
moving into very advantageous situations for
yes.
kicking it up to the next step. You're moving right next to the walking trail, and I'm moving
Uh-huh.
back to a situation where I can go and work out and control my diet a lot easier than it is to control my diet right now. And
All
I
right.
can't work out because of my time. So it's one of those things I'm ready to finish it.
Yeah.
Now that
I
I'm
think
getting to where I
I think
can, I'm ready
I
to.
think phase one is over.
We're about and we're I'm about halfway. You're about one third of the way,
Uh-huh.
and I think there is again that first step is we've talked about this. You've lost 40 pounds exactly on the nose since this show started. I've lost just under 40 pounds. I think 40 pounds for a lot of people that's awesome. That's great.
Right.
But now comes the hard part where we want results and we want to lock in, and it does take a different level of dedication. But
Yeah,
also,
well,
it's
and your body
but not
your
everybody
body
can commit like that, right?
your body reaches a new set point, and it becomes
Yeah.
harder to get off of it. I'm in the mid 290s where I've been stuck for a minute,
Yep.
and you're kind of in the mid 240s.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
your body reaches a set point where you've got to kind of supercharge it to
Mm-hmm.
start getting those. You've got to jumpstart your plan to start getting those results again. And I'm ready to do that. I'm gonna like I said, I'm writing off this week.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna have some barbecue on Saturday. That'll be fine. I won't have a lot of bread or anything with it.
Yeah.
Uh, but I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm gonna this the knee's been feeling better. Hopefully it's gonna be hopefully pain free by Saturday. He said, knocking on wood. This is Tuesday as we record, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a quick episode tonight, Truman, but I do want to talk a little bit about some of your victories in Vegas. You talked about drinking gin and soda. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
And what kind of adjustments did you make as far as food goes?
Uh, so we talked about this. I mean, in Vegas, and I know you probably have experience with this. Everything in Vegas, food wise, is fucking
Huh?
massive.
Uh,
Everything. It's either incredibly expensive and incredible, and but
yeah,
small,
or
or
cheap.
it's cheap and it's massive.
Yeah, yeah.
Every meal is $20 to $30, and every meal is more food than you could split with two people. So for me, it became a lot of again, it's a lot of turning off the pride of a clean plate and just saying, I'm good. I don't need to finish these rice and beans. I don't need to do that. Handing off the meatloaf to the homeless guy on the street. Who cares?
You went to the massive food place of all time,
Yes.
um,
Hash house a go go.
Ash House A Go Go, which they used to have in Kansas City that you'd actually been to. You didn't remember it, but you were small.
Hmm.
We met there for a couple of breakfasts, and it is I can't even describe how much food they give you. What my thought there was, my first thought when I saw that place is, my God, those waitresses must have arms like fucking tree trunks.
Yeah.
'Cause those plates are so huge,
Yep.
and they bring them out. It's indescribable. I think of everywhere you're like, well, that's a big portion. It's nothing like that. It's twice as much as the most food you've ever had anywhere.
Yes.
I would
Yes.
confidently say that.
It
Not a
it makes
buffet.
the big biscuit look like a small biscuit. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, it's yeah, it's like it makes the big biscuit looks like a half English muffin. It's nothing.
Yeah. Well, and
Nothing.
everything comes with a biscuit, and you can order a side of gravy. So,
Sure. Um, so you had the meatloaf there, not bad at all. That's
nope.
not a horrible thing. It's not,
Hmm.
chicken fried steak or something with a bunch of fucking breading on it. So,
Right.
that's a good victory. I know you said you did the, big Chinese meal.
Yep.
We did about 45 minutes of pre-show just,
Yeah, we
catching up on the
just
Vegas
started.
trip, but today, by the way.
Um,
So,
you know what probably helped a lot, honestly, was all the
walking.
walking. Yes,
Yeah, sure.
we walked. I mean, I hit my move goal. I want to say like every single day. I don't know if my phone's over on the desk, so I won't get up and grab it. But I mean, I
I'm
think we
sure.
were walking 7 to 8 to 9 miles, just like it was nothing. Because I mean,
Right.
you will get you go. We talk. We walked to the Venetian. The Venetian is felt close, and it was
Yeah.
still a quarter of a mile away. So walking
They all
there,
feel close. You could see them. 'Em, they're right there. Like, I can
right?
see it.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, okay, now you're at the fucking driveway.
Mm-hmm.
So, enjoy the next quarter mile to get to the front door, and then you walk aside and,
Yeah.
you were lucky you say the Flamingo, but there's a lot of the casinos, you're walking a quarter mile to your room, like at
Oh
Caesars
yeah.
with the fucking towers or even like
Yep.
Excalibur's got 2 towers and stuff.
Yeah.
You're hiking to your room.
A
So,
lot of them have the casino at the front, and then the hotels at the back. There.
100%. Oh, dude, that's all designed that way.
Yeah.
They want you to walk through the casino.
Yeah, because it's easy to spend money at the casino, and if you're going, and they don't need to sell you on the hotel room because you probably booked online, so you got to walk through anyways.
I'll never forget when I went there when I went to Vegas the first time. I was 15 years old. I went for the table tennis nationals, and we stayed at Caesars. And one of the guys dared me to put a probably a dime or a quarter in a slot machine, and I actually did it.
Yeah.
And knowing now what I went, like how stupid that was, they'd have fucking thrown me out, probably sent me back, and all
Hmm.
that shit. But yeah, it's quite a place. It's not a great place for a diet, but like you said, you're getting your steps in.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about that, and it's hot. You're out there. It ain't December, so it's over 90 degrees.
It was over 90
Even
degrees. It got to 107 the Saturday that we were there. That
it's a
was
dry heat.
still brutal, man.
Nobody gives a fuck if it's a dry heat. You know what else is a dry heat? Your oven. Your
Yeah.
oven's a dry heat. Still
Yeah.
gets pretty goddamn hot.
That
That's
Sunday was 104, and
I
we
I
walked.
hate people that say that, man.
It's a dry
Yeah, but
heat.
it's a dry. Fuck off. Fuck right. It's
Yeah.
120 in Phoenix, but it's a dry heat. Yeah, no one gives a shit.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, speaking of heat, I got official number. The heat index number that Lawrence got to was 138.
Mm-mm.
They said it broke the record like 3 days in a row.
There's no way. Where
No,
did
it
you
did.
see that?
I talked to somebody today at work. We were talking about it.
Oh, no. Okay, I have to look that up. Fucking no, it ain't 138. No.
Because I told him,
No.
because I said the same thing. I was like, I heard high 120s, like, or almost 130. He said 138 is what I heard.
Bullshit. Okay. All right. I'm looking it up. I'm calling premature bullshit, but I will look that up because it was like 114 in Kansas City. So there's no way it was 25 degrees hotter in Lawrence. That's the part I refuse to believe.
Uh, I think it had to only be about 10 to 15 hotter in Lawrence.
Well,
But
I
still,
okay.
I'm with you. I know.
That's
All right,
seems
all right.
hard.
All beside the point. So, okay. So yeah, the walking I think saved us a lot. And I just don't and we've talked about this. I think I want to say we've talked about this before, but I don't like with drinking beer uh it makes me feel shitty. I
Mhm.
don't dislike the taste of a beer. And again, I'm not against drinking 10 beers, but we've had episodes of the podcast where I've had a beer and then I go to record and like I'm just burping so much, just like little shitty burps that it's like hard to talk or I'm like trying to swallow and I hate that feeling. So I don't even really like drinking beer that much anymore. But I'll drink gin and sodas that whole time. And man, I felt even when I was getting tipsy, the bright side of it is that it feels kind of clean. It's kind of a cleaner drunk just drinking a clear liquor and soda water, as opposed to beer or wine or Jack and Cokes or whatever, where that's weighing you down. So, yeah, I would say gin and
Oh,
sodas,
sugar.
walking a lot. What?
the sugar. Just like everything else, it's the
Mhm.
sugar.
Yep.
Beer goes to sugar. Of course, all your sweet mixers are sugar. Rum is
Mhm.
sugar.
Yep.
All that shit is sugar. By the way, I don't know that I trust the
Oh,
reporting in Lawrence.
which means that
Um,
you didn't which means you don't agree with the number.
I don't. It was 134, by the way. It wasn't
Okay.
138. It was
Okay.
one day.
Sorry.
And the highest value in the metro area, other than that, was Olathe at 124. So, and everybody else was in the high teens or 120. So I find it hard to believe that it is 10 degrees warmer
We
in
were
the
s
middle of a fucking heat wave that's everywhere else.
we were saying
And
Lawrence
there's
got it worse. They were saying Lawrence got it the worst out of everybody, is what I
one
heard.
spot in the world that was, yeah. So anyway, okay.
Okay.
Not 138, not 3 days, 134, one day, but still much higher than I would have guessed.
Yes. Yes.
So anyway, all
I
right.
can
Very,
always tell when Esteen is gonna say something that they're gonna report on information that they found that doesn't support
that's
their
right.
point. I do this
Well,
too, but I go, I don't know about this is the number. I don't know about this number, but this is the number I'm seeing. It does say this, but I swear my number, I found it. It was this was the number. We always find the number that we were thinking of, and then we show it. We're like, see, this is where we were, but we never.
well, that's all right because a lot of families wouldn't even admit they found the number. So
Right, right. Well, that's true. Yeah.
I would, because originally you said 134, and in fairness, I didn't believe that either.
Mm-hmm.
But 138, I really didn't. And it's not that that's such an incredible number, although it is.
It is.
It's just I didn't believe the difference because it was the
Right. Right.
same weather pattern.
No, I
It
got you.
wasn't There wasn't any kind of a line at fucking Tonganoxie,
Right. Yes.
It was
Okay.
goddamn hot. What it was.
So Vegas. I'm trying to think if I had any other wins, Vegas wise. Uh, I mean, those are some of the biggest ones, right? Is walking a bunch, not drinking bad alcohols, putting food away, just not.
Uh huh.
I had. It's giving up on meals. The hardest part is pushing away meal. Like it's nice when we're in Kansas City because I just get a box and I box it up, I put it away. I feel even less bad about But in Vegas, especially, we didn't have a microwave in our room, so it's just like you push it away, and then you're just sitting there and you're still and all your buddies. You're gonna sit around and talk for another 10 to 15, 20 minutes or whatever. It's hard to not pick at it.
You
But
have a mini fridge? Do you have a mini fridge at least?
our room had a mini fridge, and it was the only room that had a mini fridge, which made me think that that mini fridge wasn't supposed to be there.
Oh, fuck off. That's just brutal.
Dude, yeah, I don't think I'll stay at the Flamingo again, or we're gonna get much nicer rooms. But I think if
Yeah.
you're gonna get a nicer room, I think don't go to the Flamingo. But
Look, take the girlfriend, go for 3 or 4 days, spend the extra 100, a night, go to the Bellagio or
the
go to
Venetian,
Venetian and yeah, enjoy where you're fucking staying.
yeah,
Because you talked about it earlier. A lot of Vegas rooms are just the bare necessities because people don't stay in. That's the theory. People don't stay in their rooms in Vegas, so why would you make them nice?
that's fair. That's fair.
So, and more than any other place that I've ever been to, they care very little about the quality of the hotel rooms.
But I've stayed. I mean, I guess I'm a little swayed because in the last 6 months, I've stayed almost 50 to 60% of my life in a hotel room, or I've stayed in a
Right.
hotel room every night. So whether it's McPherson or Colby, I was in a hotel room. So I got used to I'm like we're in the middle of fucking nowhere, Kansas. I'm in this shit hotel room, whatever. And then I go to Vegas, and I'm like, oh, Vegas hotel should be nice. The first night we stayed at Marriott Grand Chateau, fucking awesome, great. Second night we go to the Flamingo, or the other nights we stayed at the Flamingo, and we don't have a fridge or a microwave or like a chair. And you're like,
God damn.
dude, this sucks. You're like, man, we didn't have any lamps. Like every hotel room has that big lamp in the
Yeah.
corner.
Sure. Yeah.
Didn't even have that lamp. We had like two. We had like a desk lamp, or two lamps by the bedside, and that was about it.
Thanks,
And just
Caesars.
what?
Thanks, Caesars.
Yeah. So yeah,
Who
I'm
owns them?
probably next time. I'm shelling out. I'm staying for 250 a night or whatever. I'm getting
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
250 a
You
night
do it.
should be able to get you good enough. So, but yeah,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yeah. 100%. All
yeah.
right. Very good. All right, buddy. Well, here's to a good week, and
Yes. Yes.
I'll see you. I'll see you this weekend. We're gonna get a little get a little wood yard going.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So we'll see. We'll
We're
see how that
gonna
goes.
move. We're gonna drink a bunch of water.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's yeah. The good news is it's going to be 40 degrees cooler heat index than it was in Lawrence.
Hey,
So
there we go. Got that going for
uh,
us, which is
yeah. Although
nice.
last weekend was the great weekend. It was the perfect weekend to move.
I heard about that. I
At
heard it was a nice weekend.
82, 83 on Saturday. Just it was perfect.
Yep.
Hired a couple movers. They were worked their ass off.
Did you really?
Yeah,
You hired movers to move stuff last weekend?
I did. I did.
Oh,
And the main thing I was thinking about was that that display hutch that sat in the family room at the old house.
yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
as a heavy motherfucker because I moved that in and I remembered it. And I'll tell you, those two movers, it was everything they had to get it up in the truck, to get it up that ramp. That is something at my age with my eyes would have never attempted to go walk up that ramp either forwards or backwards holding that thing because I think it because Ryan and then Ryan came over to help with the unload and the load another load. And I asked him, I said, "What do you think that weighs, dude? 150?" He goes, "At least."
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it was probably close to 2 bills. Um, and it was a motherfucker because they put it on two dollies, two furniture dollies,
Yeah.
and like rolled it up the ramp, and
Interesting.
it cleared the top of the truck by about an inch and a half. But they had to pick up the back end to get it squared away because it was tilted, you know.
Yeah.
So
Oh
they
my
had to
god.
pick up the back end to tilt it to get it square to go in
Hmm.
the. It was
Are you talking
they
about the
earned their
thing
money.
that the cookbooks go in? That thing where it has the
No,
sliding glass doors?
no, I'm talking about the thing that sat against the far wall that had like the balloon man and woman on top of it.
Like
It's about
the ship in it?
yeah, it has the glass shelves.
Well, there was two of them. There was the one by the stairs wall, or there was the
Not
other
that,
one.
not that one.
The
One
other
90
one?
degree.
Oh, that one
Yeah.
is a bitch. I could see that one. Yeah.
Oh, 100%. And that's the thing
It's
with my
like
parents.
a semicircles on that. Yeah.
Exactly.
Hmm.
And my parents, they bought expensive shit when it came to furnishing the house. Everything in that house weighed a ton.
Yeah.
That dresser in the master bedroom that we ended up leaving,
Yeah.
ton. Just fucking brutal. Everything in that house was brutal to move.
It was a solid
Oh,
piece. I was the
and
same
of
with our
course
dresser upstairs. We got a nice dresser upstairs. It's fucking
and
awful
of
to move.
course we get it over there. We put it in the house. Mom looks at it and goes, "I don't really like it."
Of course. Of course. All right. We'll
Oh,
end it on that. We appreciate everybody for being here. We appreciate y'all for hanging out. Hey, go check us out everywhere. Go check out Scott. You're over there at Steamroller
yeah.
on Twitter,
Yeah, I
X,
am.
whatever. I'm at Steam
Yeah.
Machine, Twitter, TikTok, X, whatever. YouTube, Open Disaster Productions. If you guys are listening on Spotify, you guys want to go check it out. We do the record the video, and you guys check it out there. You can also check it
Yeah,
out just on Spotify. Give us a rate, a like, a subscribe, do it all.
we're gonna have one more week of shitty results. So next week we're gonna have more shitty results,
Yes.
but then we're kicking it in the ass.
And next
So
week, I should be able to start posting clips again so you guys can see highlights of each episode. I have not had a lick of time for the last 2 months, and it really is it's honestly wore me down a lot outside of this
right,
stuff. I just have not been as productive creatively or probably in my personal life as well. So I'm
right.
excited to get moved to a new spot, and that'll help the podcast. Also, hopefully, you guys will see not only better results physically, but better just results content wise. Also, so
And it's gonna work out that it's gonna be right about the 6 month part, a six
mm-hmm,
month point
mm-hmm,
that we're really gonna kick this in the ass. So
yeah, yeah.
we're gonna end up losing 40 pounds or so for the first 6 months. Not bad, not bad. Fine results. Now, like you said,
Second 40
now
always harder.
now we're at an actionable weight
Mm-hmm.
because you're closing in on 3 bills. I'm closing in on 350, and it seems pretty goddamn hopeless to get where you want to be. So now we're on the way.
Mm-hmm.
Time to refocus.
Yep.
Um, Yeah, a little shout out to Gary for lighting a fire and giving us some food for thought there. I don't know that everything in my life has to be around a diet. That's just a fucking brutal way to live.
Yeah,
But we definitely could pick up the pace and take it a little more seriously. So that's what I'm going to commit to do. So there you go.
absolutely,
All
absolutely.
right.
All right, I think that's it. I think so. We'll see you next week. We'll
Yep.
figure out what we're doing next diet after that.
Uh huh.
Um, and we'll talk. We're probably gonna talk a lot about not weighing ourselves. We're gonna talk about that,
Yeah, man.
and we're gonna
Here's the thoughts.
see we're gonna see how fast a body can bounce back after a cheat weekend. Because I did eat bad stuff while I was down there. I did
That's
have
a
I did have a
pasta.
late night. I had a late night fish and chips one time that I was like I shouldn't
Uh,
be eating this.
Damn, one of
Yeah.
my favorites.
Oh,
Tried.
I had some In and Out.
Okay. Yeah,
I
and I
liked
went.
it.
I did Five Guys with the girls the other night.
Mm-hmm. Oh
Went
man,
to Five Guys. I just had a hankering
no,
in there. Yeah, and nothing there that's like, worth a goddamn thing. So
no. Although the veggie
it
sandwich ain't bad.
it happens.
Yep.
I'm giving myself that week, and we're back on it. So anyway,
Yes, sir. Here we go. Alrighty.
all right, buddy.
I appreciate y'all for being here. I appreciate everybody for hanging out. Again, we'll see you guys next week. One more week of shitty results. We're kicking into overdrive. We're getting our lives together. We're finishing those things. I feel like that move was at the end of the tunnel for you. Switching jobs was at the end of the tunnel for me. We're moving
Yep.
into new aspects of our life, and we're moving into new ranges of results, and we're excited to show
Taking
you
away
guys.
taking away a bunch of excuses. Taking away a bunch of our fucking built-in excuses. So
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, yes, again, I've been Truman Steam Machine Steen. That has been Scott Steen. We appreciate you guys for being here, and we'll see you next week. Oh,
a great week. Yes.
thanks for coming. All the dreamers, the believers, and even the fat guys. Sorry, couldn't let that go.
There
All
you
right. See you guys.
go. Later.